Hello and welcome to the new series of Drishti IAS. I am Pooja, and in this segment today we are going to analyze the importance of CPEC for China, and also it will be seen from the perspective of Pakistan, why India has an issue with Taliban-led Afghanistan joining it. All it will be discussed in detail. Now, let us see the topics that we are going to go through step by step. I will not elongate the topic because, of course, time is important and we have to allocate proper time to each topic. So, just a broad understanding of the entire topic along with certain preliminary facts will sail you through the examination. And of course, whatever the gaps will be there, you will plug it because you also have to do homework. So, as Afghanistan, which is right now led by Taliban, a non-democratic government, it usurped the power in Afghanistan. Now it wants to join CPEC. CPEC is a part of the broader Belt and Road Initiative, very ambitious project of China, and it was announced in the year 2013. It consists of many infrastructural projects, and of course, CPEC is a part of that. Now, moving on, if we talk about the issue revolves around Afghanistan wanting to join the China-Pakistan flagship program of CPEC, that is China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. The Joint Working Group of International Cooperation and Coordination meeting held on July 21st, in which since a lot many times Afghanistan showed its desire to be a part of CPEC. It wants economic development in its own country, and it has seen that CPEC is a soft target with respect to that. And of course, the G20 summit in 2023 is to be held in certain areas of Jammu and Kashmir, against which both China and Pakistan unanimously said that it is an infringement upon their sovereignty. India has an issue with that. India, of course, has POK as a part of legally aspired to be joining the Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh region of India. And we also have instrument of accession which was signed between India and Maharaja Hari Singh. But Pakistan does not have any instrument of accession with respect to the illegally occupied, Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. So here the issue lies. The issue is sovereignty. G20 summit in 2023, it is still not clear if it will be held in Jammu and Kashmir or not. Sharda Temple in Pakistan occupied area, illegally Pakistan occupied area, shows that it is one of the integral regions of India. Now, let's move on. Why are we even talking about Sharda Temple? Here is a tweet by Rajnath Singh. POK भारत का हिस्सा है, हम यह मानते हैं. संसद में इस बारे में सर्वसम्मत प्रस्ताव भी पारित है. यह कैसे हो सकता है कि शिव के स्वरूप बाबा अमरनाथ हमारे पास हो, पर शक्ति स्वरूपा शारदा जी का धाम LOC के उस पार है. This tweet basically talks about the region of Shakti Peeth of Sharda Temple, which is beyond the line of control. Now, this part has, of course, the political overtones, religious, sentimental overtones. We do not have to know anything about these things, but Sharda Temple is something that we need to talk about because it has been in the news as this was tweeted. One of the 18 Mahashakti Peeths, the Sharda Peeth is, and it is an abode of Hindu goddess Saraswati. Also, it is talked about to be at par with the ancient seats of learning at Nalanda and Takshashila. So many Vedic learning also goes in there. It's basically an abode of knowledge like we have in the Hindu culture. Goddess Saraswati is the epitome of knowledge, and the adjacent ruins of the Sharda University basically lie in the Neelam Valley, 160 km from Muzaffarabad. Now it lies right across the line of control in small village Sharda or Sardi, and the river Neelam, that is Kishan Ganga, converges with the Madhumati and Sargun streams over here only. Okay, these are certain facts about your prelims examination. If we talk about CPEC, CPEC wants to pass through that area of India which has been illegally occupied by Pakistan, and it joins Kashgar to Gwadar port through various road and rail projects. Now, as I told you in the beginning, that the CPEC, which is China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, is a flagship program. It has the goal of, whatever the goal according to China means, it has the goal of redevelopment of Pakistani economy, which is in tatters, specifically after the unsustainable types of loans that have been aided by China to Pakistan. And China, as it has the coastline in the east, it does not so in the west. So it wants to reach the coastline of the Indian Ocean through Gwadar port. So very clear the intentions of China are, through extractive and developmental projects, it wants to ensure its presence in the Indian Ocean through Gwadar. Moving on, if we talk about many facts about it, CPEC as a part of Belt and Road Initiative wants to join the regions of Kashgar and Gwadar. It was announced on April 20, 2015. Chinese President Xi Jinping and Pakistani President Nawaz Sharif, they signed 51 agreements and memorandums of understanding which were valued at $46 billion. The Iron Brothers, of course. The goal to transform Pakistan's economy and, of course, to connect the deep sea Pakistan ports of Gwadar and Karachi to China's Xinjiang province and by overland routes as well. Now tell me in the comment segments which countries border Xinjiang, okay, Xinjiang province of China. Now as you see, this is the saying from 2012 by the Chinese Premier Xi Jinping. Core interests of China cannot be sacrificed for developmental interest. It's a very explicit announcement, we can say, because the core intentions of China are very tenacious. It is territorially very aggressive. We can also say that it has imperialistic policies with respect to providing loans and aids which are very opaque in nature, which are not sustainable in nature, and which are not actually revenue generating, but ensuring Chinese presence on different areas in order to counter India, of course. Moving on, from the perspective of Pakistan, the developmental projects of Pakistan is likewise the developmental projects China has taken in Myanmar, specifically in the regions of power, manufacturing, transport, mining, real estate, agriculture, and others. This is the foreign direct investment in 2015 with respect to that. But we see that the current crisis of Pakistan draws a parallel with respect to the current economic crisis of Sri Lanka. There also, many infrastructural projects were aided by China, but not any of use because of the non-revenue generating nature of the projects as well. Now, what does China want to do? China wants to ensure that it pumps a lot of money into such weak economies, and when these economies aren't able to pay back and service the debt which China has provided to them, it can do land grabbing over there, saying that you were responsible for debt servicing, now you do not do that, so we can take a piece of your infrastructural project, we can put our armies over there. This can also happen. Now, one China policy must be congruent to one India policy. That was said by the erstwhile Minister of External Affairs, Sushma Swaraj, the late Sushma Swaraj. So here, it was said that however, we talk about infrastructural projects, but if suppose you have a home, okay, and the terrace is sandwiched between two homes, they want to pass a pipeline, a certain kind of pipeline, say for energy purpose, and if they are not taking your permission, it will strive to encroach your sovereignty, the right to ownership of your house. Terrace is a part of your house or not. Similarly, here it was said so. And it means that the Chinese must be sensitive to India's claims. Again, India for this very reason doesn't want to become a part of BRI. Now for China, dispute and trade can go side by side. It is saying that although this region is disputed, why not India becomes a part of CPEC? What is China-Pakistan Economic Corridor? The naming is the problem. Why is it not China-India Economic Corridor? That means they are trying to further the propaganda that POK belongs to Pakistan. India has done very well to shed the ambiguity over the sovereignty of Gilgit-Baltistan. Gilgit-Baltistan is the region that we are talking about with respect to POK, from which the CPEC will pass. Ambiguity over platforms like Shanghai Cooperation Organization and Bangladesh, China, India, Myanmar as well. So, what is the way forward? Now, first of all, we have to understand that we can go with the economically developmental project, specifically in the COVID era, and propose an alternative economic corridor in the region. First of all, dispute and trade can never go together. This is a fact. This is a fact since 2017. You see, trade war is also a thing for the very reason. Asia-Africa Growth Corridor is one of the very respectable growth corridor proposal which has been undertaken by India and Japan. India's apprehension basically should not be viewed as anti-connectivity corridor or anti-connectivity corridor, but pro-sovereignty. Why not it was named China-India Economic Corridor? Because POK belongs to us, as it was done so under the instrument of accession. And because of India not being in the loop, don't say loop, it should have been named after India. Sovereignty issue lies there. For any transnational economic corridor to succeed, mutual respect for each other's territory should be, of course, there. Other than that, it's never going to flourish. Now, let's move on to our question. China should respect India's territorial sovereignty, as Beijing is very sensitive to matters relating to its own sovereignty. Discuss in 250 words, okay? So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. We shall meet again.